congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And why is South by Southwest such a great place to premiere this comedy?
This is just the place with the best audiences in the world. People are just the most excited.
We did the math today, and we've been here 4 out of the last 5 years. So to us, it feels a little bit like just every year we get to come here and show the coolest people what we've been working on for the last year. So that feels nice. It feels like very comfortable. So
I think also the city's not too big, so you can kind of get everyone in the same vibe in the same area.
Yeah.
And would you say this movie kind of feels topical all of a sudden? It's about female empowerment and female sex and girls initiating and everything like that. So can you kind of talk about why this is a good moment for this film?
Well, I was gonna one of the amazing things that we did in developing the script was Seth and Eben got a chance to work on it as writers with Lisa Goldberg, and we were able to make the script be exactly what you're talking about. And then with Kay coming into it and being the the director, we feel so fortunate that exactly how we thought the movie would play and be perceived is what is happening, and the moment and what's kind of happening in terms of society. Obviously you don't know how that's going to be when you're making a movie, but our intention was to be let's make a movie that has not been seen before from a point of view that people don't typically get. So yeah.
Well, since you weren't here in my voice, do you mind just kind of explaining this is a unique movie from the female perspective?
Yeah, I'll let Eben do it, yes.
Yeah, this movie is kind of tackling young sexuality from the female perspective in a purely positive way, and our general message is about how young girls should be in charge of their own destinies and not a bunch of old white jerks. and it's crazy that this has timed out at a time where it's a societal thing, and I guess we're just kind of in it and we didn't even know it at the time. We thought it was cutting edge when we were going to make the movie kind of focus on this stuff, and it turns out it's just what's happening in the world right now, and it's awesome to be a part of it.
It does feel like males. It's funny saying this as males, but we've had movies whether it's American Pie or Fast Times or frankly even Seth and Evan's movie Superbad, they gave the male point of view at different times of what it is to be sexual and figure out what you're doing. And it's nice to feel like we got a chance to watch the female version of that story, watch it that be relevant, and then being able to be the guys who made that movie is awesome. So, yeah.
The guys who made that movie with a bunch of women.
With a bunch of women, mostly Kahane. Mostly Kahane is the reason that we're here, guys. So, yeah.
Okay, so the flip mode. Tell me about the butt chugging. Who came up with that? How did that?
The butt chugging has nothing to do with women and only has men involved in it. And was that Jon and Hayden?
I think it was Hayden.
Jon and Hayden, yeah. Hayden.
Hurwitz and Schlossberg, they are producers on the movie and did pass as writers as well.
And Seth and I have known these guys for a very long time. We've always wanted to work together, and this was the first time we actually got to. And they just have some of the best jokes in the business.
Yeah, and when you're making an R-rated comedy, you're constantly looking for what are the set pieces that are gonna make an audience be oh, that's the reason to come see the movie. And that is that. I think that's that set piece. There's one other one that's also like that, but that one in particular, people watching it with audiences, people really respond.
And I'll admit, I tried to cut that 3 times. I was like, guys, this is too crazy. You guys have gone too far. It's just too nuts. And I am and was wrong.
Well, I think it's a testament to the fact that it's John Cena who is doing the butt chugging. In a vacuum, any man butt chugging. Yeah, who's to say
when
that?
When it was pitched, if you guys had said John Cena, maybe I would have been yeah, of course, that's a no-brainer.
No, you were exactly. When you get the biggest, most famous professional wrestler, actor person to stick a tube up his, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, stick a tube up his ass. That's the guy. That's the reason. So. Yeah, I think it's what's hard about what's hard about comedy today is trying to find out what is that new sort of fresh, interesting group of people to come together. We've been fortunate enough to make a few of those movies in the last few years, and what we were excited by was that combination of Leslie and Jon and Ike, and figuring out how them figuring out that they were like the right new version of a comedy sort of trio to come in. And we ended up finding 3 amazing girls in Kathryn and Gideon and Geraldine to kind of play our young girls, and they also killed it. And that, I think, is sort of the secret sauce of the movies. You kind of come in thinking like, oh, everyone knows a little about Leslie and Jon and Ike, and then you get to see these new girls be incredibly funny and amazing and own their sexuality and all the things that are sort of like the message of the moment that I think we were trying to do with the movie. So, cool. Thank you guys. Thanks so much.